Hi there, I'm Sean. Thanks for choosing this 30-minute strength and bodyweight class where we are going to focus on just the upper body. Now, to do that, you need a set of dumbbells that are appropriate for your fitness level, and same for a band. Now, if you would like to challenge yourself a bit and have an extra set of dumbbells and a band that's a little heavier, you can always switch as you're going through the exercises if it gets to be too difficult, because you always want to try and challenge yourself. Hydration is key, so also have some water near you and feel free to drink throughout class. Pause at any time and remember to listen to your body. I'm going to get the timer going here and we are going to march in place. I hope you're ready. Have a great workout for you planned, and I'm excited that you chose to work out with me today. Mindset is in. You're all in. Everything you got. Let's focus and get the most out of each movement. Move those arms, get those knees up. Let's get that internal body temperature raised. Get ready, it's about to change. What we'll do is a reverse tap. So starting with the right and then the left, just tap to the back in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now notice the arms go straight up and forward, and my thumbs are pointing to the ceiling. March in place right here. We'll combine the two. Now reverse tap. March in place. Like you mean it, and tap reverse. March in place. We'll do that just a couple more times. Reverse tap. Reach, reach, and march. Reverse tap. We'll go back to the march now and just hold the march. Hold it here. Changing the exercise, we'll go to a heel dig to the front and a bicep curl. Let's go. Toes go up. Try and stretch out that calf muscle a little bit. And dig that heel into the ground, nice and soft. And got that upper body moving with those bicep curls. 4, 3. Now back to the march right here. We'll combine those two. Heel digs. March in place. Heel digs. March in place. Let's do that 2 more times through. And curl and dig. March last time. And dig. Great. March it out. Feet go a little wider. Ready for squat stance. So stop moving the legs. Toes are out slightly. Feet are slightly wider than the hips. Push your butt to the back. We squat. Down and lift. Now arms go forward and then open. Nice chest opener. Continue to warm up those shoulders and the upper body. Try and squeeze those shoulder blades together when you stand up. And when you do stand up all the way. We have 8. And then we will combine everything. 4 more. 4, 3. Are you ready? 2, and march in place right here. Toe taps back. March in place. What's next? Heel digs to the front. Squat it out right here. Add those arms. That's it. We'll go through that whole thing one more time. Hopefully you feel that internal body temperature raising, trying to make these movements nice and big. You have 4, 3, squeeze those shoulder blades together as you open the chest. March in place. And reverse tap. March. Dig and curl. Squat it out. Forward and back. That's it. 2 and 1. Stop there. Look at that, right on the music. We are ready to move into our first exercise. So you will want to grab your dumbbells for it. The exercise is a hip hinge with a row. So let me turn profile and show you one, and then I'll have you join me. So we first hinge at the hip, making sure our back is nice and flat, and then we pull our elbows up to the ceiling, we lower them, and then stand back up again. Nice, slow, and controlled. Don't worry about the music. We do 15 of them. All right? Make sure the hip or the hinge comes right from the hip. Arms down, ready. Eyes go with you as you hinge forward. Here we go. Hinge, nice row, and then stand up all the way. Try and lift that tailbone up. Feel a little stretch in the back of the hamstrings, possibly if you have tight hamstrings like I do, like many people do. Down, row, pull those elbows up to the sky, and stand up all the way. That's important. So as you finish, fully erect, nice and tall, from your feet to the top of your head. Take your eyes with you and keep the neck nice and long. So lengthen through the top of the head and lengthen that spine. We have a couple more. Keep going. When you pull those dumbbells away from the floor, think about squeezing your shoulder blades as tight as you can. Then remember to stand up all the way. Just 2 to go. And last one. Row and slow down. Stand up all the way. Great work. We're going to give that low back a little bit of a rest. Grab your band now and set your dumbbells down. And we're going to stay with the upper body like I said we would in the warm-up. All upper body exercises. And the next one we're going to focus on biceps. So front of the arm and really contracting the core to stay solid with your midsection, okay? Now I have one foot on the band. If you want it a little bit more difficult, you can put both feet in the band and it'll make it tighter. So we're doing alternating bicep curls. So 15 on each side or 30 total. You choose. Now I'm going to make it a little harder today. Thumbs up. So hammer curls. Let me, excuse me. Ready? Alternate right and left. Here we go. Right and down. Left. Right. Stand up tall. So how solid is the rest of your body? Yes, you're working directly your biceps, the front of the arms, but how about the rest of the body? It's really easy to forget and relax the other parts of the body, but all your power is coming from the middle. So think about your core right now. You want to stay strong, so pull that belly button up and in. Pull it in and up into the rib cage. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Squeeze your butt muscles, your tush. You can lift your kneecap, tighten up the front of the thighs, keep those shoulders rolled back and down, and then make sure that elbow stays in one spot. Real easy to let the elbow come forward, so this is incorrect. Last one, stop. And we do it all nice and controlled. That was 30 reps. How fast did that go? Wow. Okay, we want our dumbbells, but this one we want to turn the chair around because we're going to actually use the chair to hinge. Now, just like in that hip hinge from before, you want a nice flat back and try and lift the tailbone. We're using the chair for support to give our back the rest. And you can use 2 dumbbells or 1 or no dumbbells. So I would suggest try 2, then you can always get rid of 1 if you need to, okay? So, one hand on the chair, knees are bent, back is flat. We keep the elbow up and we do tricep extensions, 15 of them. Ready? Nice flat back, chest square to the floor. Here we go. Extend and lower. Extend. 15 of these. Breathe through it. So we attack the front of the arms. Now we attack the back of the arms. Keep everything solid and engaged. Keep those knees bent. Nice soft knees. 4, come on. 3, 2, and 1. Stand up. Give yourself a brief rest, and we simply put them in the other hand. You don't have to do this, but I'm just turning the chair to the other side so you can see profile if you want to look up and see the flat back. The knees are soft, elbow stays up, and all the movements are slow and controlled. So come with me, 15 on this side. Can you use 2 dumbbells? If not, put 1 dumbbell on the chair. Now try and keep those shoulders square to the chair or square to the floor, and slow as you let those weights come down after each flexion. Extend and flex. Important work to keep the arms nice and strong and toned. You have 4 more. 4. Keep the back flat. 3. Knees are soft. Last one. And finish. Okay. Nice work. So, if you haven't noticed, as we're doing these exercises, we actually do exercises that work similar body parts 2 times in a row. And so if you're feeling a little bit more fatigued than normal after we do each couple of exercises, that is on purpose. So for example, we just worked the triceps. We isolated them. Now we're doing a chest press that, yes, focuses on the chest and shoulders, but it also works the triceps that we just worked. So your band, you take it behind you. Keep it below your shoulder blades and below your elbows, and then go ahead and wrap your hands around one time to give yourself a bit of a challenge. Your thumbs are up, and we press them straight forward. Nice and slow. Press it out. Here we go. Out. Oh, Molly's here. I don't know how long she's been there. I'm focused on you, but every once in a while she's distracting. She's so dang cute down there. I don't know what she's playing with. These little dogs, they find the most interesting things in the house. Like, where did you get that? Press and exhale, and then come back with control. Breathe through it. How about the rest of your body? Is it nice and strong? Can you contract that core anymore? Last one. And stop there, but keep the band. And go ahead and put 1 foot on the band to set us up. Now we're doing front raises. So we're alternating right and left. We'll do 30 total, which will give you 15 on each side. Thumbs are up, and you raise it to the front. Now this exercise is going to challenge you, and you really want to fight letting that arm drop down real slow. So really control with the movements. Follow my pace. Here we go. Lift. Lift. Now notice my thumbs are up. I actually have a staggered stance this time. 1 foot slightly in front of the other. Still space in between them. The back heel is lifted. This is challenging my balance a little more, and it's just more comfortable for me to stand this way for this particular exercise. So you can also be standing feet side by side. Always have options. Breathe through it. Are you still lowering with control? Can you stand up any taller? Keep those shoulders pressed down and stand up tall at the same time. So while you're pressing down, you're trying to lengthen that spine and stay tall. Thumbs are up still. Strengthening the upper body today. So if you feel some fatigue tomorrow, if you worked real hard today, that's normal. Make sure you want to give yourself plenty of rest. Some soreness is okay. You don't want pain, but soreness is okay, because when you work your muscles and you challenge them, they sometimes get sore, and then they repair and they come back stronger and leaner. And so that's all part of the process, this amazing, magnificent human body that we have been blessed with. The next exercise is going back to the chair with your dumbbells. Now, again, I'm using 2 dumbbells. We're doing a reverse fly. So instead of a tricep extension, standing up, it looks like this, but we're going to be bent over. You could use 2 dumbbells and get rid of 1 if you need to, or just start with 1. So your feet are staggered, your back is flat, 1 hand is on the floor or on the chair for support, and arms stay straight with a slight bend in the elbow. Here we go, 15. Lift. You want to try and make that shoulder blade move closer to the spine as you do this exercise. Hang in there. Halfway there. You can do this. So good for your posture muscles. The back of the shoulder, the rhomboids, which are between your shoulder blades. 3, 2, and 1. Push out the chair and stand up carefully. You can leave the chair there, but I'm going to move it to the other side, just so that my working side is closest to you. Again, feet are staggered. We're setting up for the other side. Hand goes to the chair, flat back, so lift through the tailbone and keep your knees bent and soft. Here we go, reverse fly, 15, let's go. Reverse. Gets a focus just on one side. This really gives you an opportunity to think about doing this exercise really well, because you only have one body part moving right now. So really focus in and key in on those key movement parts, which are the shoulder blades, big time. One shoulder blade, move towards your spine. And then, of course, the arms stay slightly bent. Last one. Stop there. Okay. Wow. Now we get to do a crunch with a twist. So we want our chair for this exercise. I'm going to set the dumbbells on the fireplace. You can set them on the floor if they need to be out of the way. But we're sitting in the chair. Look at that. Over halfway through class. And we're doing a crunch with a twist. So scoot towards the edge of your chair, lean back, and we're going to crunch and twist. So the knees will go one side and then the other as we alternate. 20 total. Here we go. Extend, lift, and twist. So your knees go to one side, try and keep them close together, and then they go to the other side. Now I'm touching my feet down to the floor each time. You don't have to keep them in the air, but if you wanted to challenge yourself more, you could try and keep them in the air. It is much harder. Crunch. Think about the work. Right there. Big inhale and exhale. Push all the air out. You're almost done. 2 more. 2 and 1. Great work. So we focused on the core, the obliques specifically. We're doing a second exercise with your obliques, but also getting your outer thigh. So scoot toward one edge of your chair, put your hand on the other edge, and extend that top leg. Hand goes behind the head. We lift the leg, and we crunch. So notice how straight my body is, how straight the line, and then I crunch. We bend, and we're focusing right here. So you want to try and think about drawing this rib closer to this hip. So close that gap. Lift. Crunch. Breathe through it. We don't do many, so try and do each one well. Concentrate on a nice crunch. You have 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Other side. I'm going to just scoot my chair over here. Try and stay somewhat centered. And tush is on one side of the chair. Hand that's supporting you on the other side. Now make a nice long line with your body. Hand behind the head and crunch. Crunch. Again, think about that bottom rib. Drawing towards. This isn't a big movement, so your leg doesn't have to come way high. Actually try and keep your toe flexed. Crunch. Opposite of a point. Crunch. It's a little lift. That's not the focus, lifting the leg high. The focus is the crunch. Come on. Crunch. Crunch. We are almost done with the first round. You have 3, 2, and 1. You are doing fantastic. We get to start over and do the whole thing, but less reps the second time through. So go ahead and stand up. Move the chair out of the way. Grab your dumbbells, or how about let's drink some water. Important to stay hydrated. And we have the hinge with the row. Just 10. Feet solid underneath you. Just about hip width apart or maybe slightly wider. We hinge at the hip with a flat back. We row, extend the arms and stand up all the way. Squeeze that butt when you stand up. From the bend all the way to the fully standing position. So hinge, row. There's 2. Just 10. We don't do many reps. Class is going to be over before you know it. We're already at the 10-minute mark, so 2/3 of class is done. You are doing great. Stick with me to the end. We're in this together. You're not alone. 2 more. Hinge, row, stand up. 1 more. Row and stand up. We worked the biceps in the back. We're going to isolate the biceps now with the band. So place 1 foot on the band or 2 feet. If you want to challenge yourself a little more, thumbs up, alternate. We have 20. 1, 2, 3. Keep those elbows still. So when you curl up, try not to let the elbow come forward. It's like you're trying to press your elbow against something behind you to keep that upper arm stationary. And then control the movement on the way down. You're almost done. These lower reps, done. They go so fast. Okay, we need the chair and your dumbbells for triceps. All right, again, I'm using 2. You can choose to use 1 if you feel like those arms are getting fatigued, but try to start with more than you think. And then you can always get rid of 1 if you need to. Ready? Hinge at the hip, hand on the chair for support, soft knees. Make sure you're lifting through your tailbone behind you. Elbow stays up, and we have 10. Extend. Extend. Control the movement. Lower, slowly. Two more. And last one. How fast do those go? Okay, shake that arm. I'm just switching my chair so you can see the profile easier. Ready? Here we go. Flat back, soft knees, tailbone lifted. Here we go. Elbow stays up. 9, 8. A few reps. Do them all really well, knowing you have less than 8 minutes of class left. Stay with it. 2, and last one. Great. Okay, set the weights down on the chair. Grab your band. It goes behind you. Wrap around 1 time for a little extra tension. Stays below the elbows. We press it forward 10 times. Chest press. Go. Out. All the way out. Keep the shoulders down, away from your ears. Now, how tight is your core right now? Press them straight out and in, and control that movement coming back. Last one. Done already. Moving quickly to the front raise. So 1 foot on the band, thumbs stay up. I have a staggered stance. Roll the shoulders back and down and keep them pressed down. Alternate. We have 20. So 10 on each side. Remember what I said on the last round of these? Real common to want to let that arm drop real quick, but I want you to resist that tension, pulling that arm down to the ground. You can get just as much out of lowering as you can lifting. Isn't that amazing? It's called negative training. Usually we think we get the most out of the lift or the positive phase, but you can get just as much out of lowering, and it's safer just to have good control and slow, solid movements. Stop right there. Okay, back to the chair. We have a reverse fly. All right, ready? Flat back, soft knees, arm is straight with a slight bend in the elbow. Reverse fly. You have 10, 9. Move your shoulder blade around your spine. 5, 4. Stay solid, stay solid. Keep your core on. 2 more and 1. Okay, switch arms. I'll move my chair for you here. Hands solid, soft knees, slight bend in your elbow, and fly. Reverse. So are you letting that midsection go, or are you keeping that belly button pulled in and up into the rib cage? Solid. Squeeze. Keep going. You have 2 more and 1. All right, we get to sit in the chair for the last few exercises. Core. We're just doing 10 total of these crunches, so 5 on each. We alternate sides. Ready? Scoot to the edge of the chair. Crunch. Crunch. Lift. You can tap your toes to the ground each time or keep them in the air. You have 2 more. Breathe out when you crunch in. Last one. Oh, how fast did those go? Goodness sakes. Okay, I'm going to scoot my chair to a little bit more to one side. We move our bum and we're resting on one hip, hand on the other side of the chair. Nice strong lean line, straight, hand behind the head. We crunch. 10 of them. Crunch. Lift. Remember, as you're lifting, you're decreasing this space between your rib and your hip bone. Make it an oblique crunch. 3, 2, and 1. Other side, and you are done with the work. We get to stretch. Scoot your bum to one side of the chair, hand on the other. Nice long line. Flex your toe, and let's crunch. Lift. And you will feel one side. I'm really feeling the difference from one to the other, as one side of my body is in better shape than the other. I'm very right dominant. So when I get to my left side, things are just weird sometimes. So if you're feeling that, it's normal. One more. Stop there. You did it. It is time to stretch. And since we're in a seated position, we will do our first stretch seated, and then we'll go ahead and stand. So let's take the arm across the body. Press that shoulder down and give a little pull. Sitting up nice and tall, and bring the air in through the nose and out through the nose. Switch arms and then pull. Stretch in the back of that shoulder there. Switch, one more on each side. And switch, pull. All right, stand up slowly. Next one, you will reach to the sky. Feet are right under your hips. One arm or both arms, your choice, and we bend to one side for a nice stretch for the side of the body. Bring it back. And then we go again. Reach and open that side. Come back one more time and a big reach. Thank you for staying for stretching. This part of class is so important. Other side. Flexibility or mobility in the joints, really important, especially as we age. Reach. Now try not to lean forward as you do this. Stay in between. You're trying to slide along a piece of glass behind you and keep your body flat against it. And release. Now figure 4 stretch. So I'm going to use the chair, cross one leg over the other, and I'm using the chair for balance. Sit down and stretch. This is a good hip opener. Release, and we'll go down one more time. Can you go a little lower this time? Release. Other leg. Cross it over, and then sit back and feel that opening in that hip joint. Or tightening, or a loosening of a very tight muscle. Stand up. We go down one more time. A little lower this time. Stand up tall. foot to the ground. Now we open the chest. Let's open. Big open. And bring them forward. And big open. We'll do this 2 more times. Stand up tall. Release. And one last time. Smile. You've just done incredible work for yourself. Thank you for sticking with it all the way to the end. Again, my name is Sean. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you'll make it back to a class again real soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.